Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Dcash Gaming, and today we're going to talk about my review of the 2021 Food City Dirt Race NASCAR Cup Series at Dirt Bristol. First time they've raced in dirt in like 51 years. A lot of excitement. Seats were sold out for this event pretty much since like January of 2021, so it sold out for a couple of months. The race happened in the last week of March. And overall, it was a good race. I'm thoroughly happy about the race, but I'll get to that later about how much I would rate the race out of like 100. So stay tuned for that. The heats race, the qualifying races for this event was scheduled to occur on Saturday afternoon to the evening. Truck heats were supposed to start, and then after the 4 truck heats, you had the 4 cup heats. The persistent rains through Saturday morning and then to the early afternoon left the track to have to wait out, because dirt tracks you can't really send out the jet dryers. They had to wait out in the rain. Truck heats were delayed by about an hour. They got the trucks out there for the first heat. There was a lot of mud. But NASCAR didn't really know it was going to cause a problem. They let the trucks on their way within half a lap. They had to throw the yellow flag due to the visibility problems. And then the rain started back up, and the truck heats and the cup heats got canceled. The truck race that was scheduled for later that night got moved to Sunday at night after the cup race. Sunday comes along. I've heard there was like 4 foot of rain in some of the areas of the campsites nearby. It was just a safety thing. NASCAR had to postpone the cup race and the truck race till Monday. Truck race was supposed to be first now again, and then cup race was supposed to be later that afternoon. Truck race went on. I have a review about that. I should have an annotation, like all the things in the right-hand corner or whatever, right now. If not, I'll definitely keep the link in the video description below. And so, the truck race was a pretty good race. Again, full review in the video description. And the cup race, first off, they started driving the track. Didn't start driving the track yet. They went to go turn over all the dirt, get some of the rubber off the racing surface, get it buried. And then they went out with the water truck, started putting down water on the track, so the dust kept the cups down, and then sent out the packer cars to pack down the dirt again. That took about 2 hours and like 15 minutes, we'll say. And just looking at the dirt itself, you can definitely tell that the track was still very, very damp. I'm not saying it was to the level that it had it on Saturday night or Saturday evening, but there was definitely a lot of dirt, water on the racing surface, and we saw that. Green flag went off, and the field went away onto to start the race. Kyle Busch got an early lead, and then he led 3 laps and had to pit due to overheating problems because of the mud. His was the only car that had that bad of a problem. All the other cars, a lot of the cars had a big problem with the mud on their grills, but it was not nearly as bad as it was with Kyle Busch. He was really the only major one that had a pit. There might have been one other one that was on the other side of the pit road, but I couldn't quite tell. So, you get to the end of stage 1 pretty easily, actually. I don't think there's many instances in stage 1. If I'm correct, field ended up getting to stage number, not the stage 2. Actually, never mind. I forgot about lap 41. The 10 car, I believe, got spun around. That had like a 6.5 minute red flag, and then the field had like a 5 lap sprint to stage finish. They have a red flag. They had a mandatory red flag every 50 laps due to tire problems. They noticed in practice. Even then, you can tell there were some tires that were still very, very worn. Just because of what they showed on the Jumbotron on the track. I'm sure they did the same thing on the Fox broadcast. All the cars pit. Then we had a quick yellow. And this portion of the video was brought to you by K2. They're one of the major sponsors of one of the leagues I run in. And I'd give them a shout out. I got some of it. I tried it. It's very, very good. And it's everything sauce. It's wonderfully labeled on the label. You can have an alternative ketchup, barbecue sauce, steak sauce, hot sauce, wing sauce, and stir fry. Go over to the nutrition facts. It's a little bit healthier actually to the barbecue sauce I had in my house. There's some sodium, some carbs, but it's generally fairly decent for you compared to some other barbecue sauces that are out there. They say serving size 2 tablespoons. Well, let's be honest here. Who only has 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce? If you're gonna eat it, you're gonna have something. So it's the only sauce you ever need. No cholesterol, no trans fat, gluten free. There's a hot variant and there's a regular variant. This is the regular variant, the hot variant. I haven't tried that one yet. I do know the hot variant is like vegan friendly. It's not labeled on this one, so I'm not sure. But I'll definitely have a link to in the description about where you can get it. You can get it made at the America store. You can buy it online, get it shipped to you. That's how I got it here. And thank you for this little sponsor segment. Now back to my review. After the first mandatory yellow, then we pretty much went to the stage 1 without any other problems. 19 won Mark Truex Jr. won the stage. He's kind of known as the stage king at this point. Now, we've had stages for how many years now? 4 years has it been? Yeah, 4 years or something like that, and it's been pretty. You definitely hear his name a lot when it comes to stage wins. I believe we had a caution free, like, half a stage, and then we had that 50-lap yellow. And then the restart after that, you got the 9 and 23 made contact, caused a fairly large incident. Again, first lap of caution. And then there's another incident where the 14 got sent to the inside wall. And that's where NASCAR decided to throw out some the stage break. So they have going to single file restarts. First controversy of the race, I would say. It was definitely not good. I can say that NASCAR should have just red flagged the race, worked on the track, get it ready the race on again, and then start double file. I know that would have took time, but it was inevitable. They ended up actually having to do that later on in the race anyways. And I think I definitely would have agreed with maybe halfway through the third stage, or like 10 to go, like they used to do it back in the day. They have single file restarts, but not this early in the event. Definitely kept the competition down. The fans at the track, you can tell they hated it. And someone never even knew that was going on because there was really nothing really being shown to the fans other than if you have your radio, whether you have a radio, it's like, oh, wait, we're having single file restarts now. There's definitely a lot of confusion there. Ending up going on, though, from that. Oh, before that, though, You had the 5 and the 20 have their big wreck. Took out the two main contender favorites for the win. Definitely put a lot of excitement in the fans of the track, and definitely tell because everyone thought it was going to be the Larson and Bell show. Both of them, Bell hit the wall and beginning the Larson took both the 20 and the 77. I believe it was Ross Chastain. Had to go to the garage. They were done. Kyle Larson's car looked like a modified afterwards. It looked pretty bad. You definitely could tell that car's been through a few things. He ended up finishing like 6 laps down or 5 laps down. But anyways, that had a lot of excitement. Daniel Suarez took the lead. And that was exciting too. I definitely like seeing that 99 of Suarez lead, especially since Suarez has been through a lot. He had his time at Gibbs, he had his time at Haas. He couldn't really do much about either time. He was in those two big teams. Ended up going to the 96. Still had a really bad season. Didn't even qualify for some races because that team doesn't have a charter. He had a good run in Atlanta. Backed it up at Bristol. Didn't win the race, obviously, but still had a good time watching him lead. The 51 spin out right in front of Suarez, actually. And then this 51, I might have that in video. He pulled it out right in front of Suarez again. When Suarez was going around the track, he almost pulled it out right in front of him. Everyone was like, "Oh no!" They didn't say it, but some people gasped. It was bad. 22-1 stage number 2. You had the stage break. This is when they worked on the track. Then you had the 22 and 11 race out just a little bit. The 23 spun from 8th place after contact with the 47. No yellow. Third controversial part of the race. Honestly, that should have been a yellow after what we saw in the truck race. The truck race, you had John Nemechek spin out he was up against the wall essentially in turn 2. Caution came out about good 6 or 7 seconds later. Some other car got spun out and went straight, and the Nemechek ended Nemechek's day. I put a lot of oil on the track. Even the safety car had problems getting the Nemechek. The safety truck actually slid down the track into Nemechek's car. That should have been yellow because Wallace was pretty much about a lane lower than Nemechek was. And I think in a more dangerous portion of the corner, honestly, if you really want my opinion, you saw a lot of cars get loose right there and then having to go up the track. That should have been yellow. NASCAR never brought the yellow. And then 30 laps later, the 66 lost a tire, brought out yellow when he spun out. Race went to overtime. This is when, if you listen to NASCAR Radioactive, I'm sure some YouTubers and Twitter people talked about it, where it was said on Hamlin's team. One of Hamlin's team members told Hamlin that the 22 is the most aggressive driver on the track. You should make sure that you don't let him go. You should race him hard. That's essentially what they said. Be aggressive. And then Hamlin's like, okay. And then the restart comes. The 22 of Logano just drives away from him and wins the race. And Hamlin ends up finishing 3rd. Not a bad finish, but it kind of shows, though, that Hamlin, I think it's cost him some races, cost him some championships. Maybe it's helped him out in some races where Hamlin, he says a lot, but he doesn't really act on what he says, if you know what I mean. And it really starts to show in these situations, like just what occurred at Bristol, where he's like, okay, I can do that, and then doesn't even seem to attempt to try it. Like I said, though, Logano won the race, and then you had Ricky Stenhouse. That was a good run for that 47 team. Denny Hamlin 3rd. Like I said, not a bad finish. But then you had Daniel Suarez, a really good finish for that team. Ryan Newman is 5th. Good finish for him. I didn't even pay much attention to that 6 car much of the event until about the end. And I was like, oh, wait, he's in 5th. After the finish, You have William Byron 6th, Tyler Reddick 7th, Ryan Blaney 8th, Eric Jones 9th. Good run for that 43 team. There's some rumors about that team I won't get into. That's not really my authority, but I'm pretty sure that Eric Estep put in just published a video. I got a notification on my computer just now about there were some rumors about that team. So make sure you watch that channel. And then you had Chase Elliott in 10th. And those were just, again, there's some surprises. We knew I was going to be with Dirt. Again, the two big favorites to win the event. I believe that this race was probably going to be was a very fun race to watch. And it definitely was an exciting race. It was different. Good thing that I like that NASCAR tried it. And it was a fun race to watch. Like, don't get me wrong, but there were some things they could have done better. Like I said, the single file restarts that early into the event. They could have, again, red flagged the race halfway. They should have just worked on it halfway. It's a race, but they didn't really do that. Or roughly halfway. They could have done either a stage break, but they didn't do, or either the stage break or the halfway break for the second stage. They did neither. But that's all right. And I don't think NASCAR knew it was going to get that dusty that fast. But as soon as it did, they should have just red flagged the event. But that's not going to really be put in my factor. You had some surprise leaders. You had some surprise finishing positions. You had the controversy early with Kyle Busch. Getting how much money he had in that grill really heated up the engine a lot. You had some great big wrecks, took out the favorites. Overall, I'm probably going to put this race through about 75 to 80% on my little 100 scale. It was definitely a fun race to watch. But again, those few things that NASCAR could have done better. Definitely could have been better. But if you want to get tickets for this race, like, they're already on sale. I'm pretty sure they're on sale. They announced that they're going back there next year. I don't know if they have a date. They did say spring, but they don't have a date yet set for that race. Be on the lookout for that. Whenever they release the schedule. Don't even know when they're going to release the schedule for NASCAR. I've never even seen rumors about that. But thank you all for watching. Until next time. If there's some little clips I have left over, I might put those after this little recording. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Until next time, y'all have a good one.